There is a family. Some of you may have heard of Didi Tai Hutu, I think is how you say this. Didi Tai Hutu and his wife, plus 3 kids. They liquidated all of their assets and bought Bitcoin in 2017 when it was around $900. So early 2017, they did this. This is a family of this beautiful family standing in front of something that I don't know what that is. And they
Rome.
are a Dutch family of 5. What is it?
It's in Rome.
Are you sure it's in Rome?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because
That's the fountain, right?
I was the one that found
No,
that
I don't
photo.
think that's the fountain because the fountain.
No, the Traverse Fountain? No.
Yeah, exactly, John. Tell him. That ain't the fountain.
I've never been to
Wait,
Rome. If
wait.
anyone wants to fly me
Go
out
back
to
to the
Rome, I'll
photo.
take
Okay,
it.
hold on. Let's settle the debate. What is
Is it
it?
the Traverse Fountain?
Somebody said they're standing in front of their house, and somebody
Yeah,
else said
no,
they're
it's
standing
not
in front of a building. That is not that is not the fountain.
Tell us what it is in the comments. Someone's got
Somebody
to
figure
know.
it out.
Someone
What
tell
is
us
that
what
building?
it is.
I don't know what that building is.
It's Rome, but what is it?
No, people are saying that they don't know that it's Rome. Tell me what the building is. Don't just tell me it's Rome.
I know. It's
Matt
Rome.
Coyle said it's Rome. I seen it.
I've been to Rome. I didn't see it, so then it's not Rome.
It's Rome.
Paris. Ooh,
no,
Paris.
it's not
Not
Paris.
They have the Italian
Military
flags
Museum, Italy.
Yeah,
Military
you can see the
Museum,
Italian flag.
flags.
Okay, do Military Museum, Italy, Joe. See if that's it. Use Google Lens. Wedding cake, whatever. All right, so this family ended up selling all of their goods, all their net worth. They put it all in Bitcoin. It's a Dutch family of 5, and they have secret vaults on 4 different continents, which is interesting. And Didi Taihutu, he played professional football till he was 20. And after finishing school, he realized he didn't want to be an employee. So he started and sold 3 successful businesses. And then after he sold his company, he started to travel with his family. Now, this story is getting picked up by all these different outlets because people think it's crazy that he sold all of his belongings, put it in Bitcoin. His family travels around the world, and they're kind of like the Bitcoin family. What is more interesting to me is the fact that he's taking a approach to life that is very different than most. Most people spend majority of their waking hours working, trying to make money, and then their idea is that they're going to make money for 40 or 50 years. They'll retire at age 62, and then they will enjoy the last 10 to 15 years of their life. That sounds like a pretty bad life to me, actually. What he's doing is he's living his life as he goes. So he worked hard, sold some companies, got some cash, put it into Bitcoin, and now he's traveling around with his wife and his daughters, or 3 kids, and they're having the time of their life. There's photos all over the internet of them doing all kinds of cool, dope stuff. And when you think about it, they're not just relying on the Bitcoin. So he still has cash flow from what we understand, and he's still able to kind of live off some of the cash flow, plus off of the savings. But to me, this is the ultimate amount of freedom, is when you can acquire enough wealth to be able to do whatever you want. If you want to sit at home on the couch and watch television, which nobody does anymore, but if you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to go travel around the world with your wife and kids and kind of go to all these cool exotic places, you can do that as well. But freedom is the key. And so while the rest of folks are stuck on the fact that Didi Taihutu ended up putting all of the wealth into Bitcoin, a lot of Bitcoiners I know have done that. He's just choosing to live a cool, dope life and go all around. So we got this quote from him. He said, quote, "I choose that my life is never boring and to see life as an adventure. Sometimes in life, you take strange steps, but they mostly lead to the best things. I took many like these steps in my life, and I never regret them. Didi, just like the step I took of selling all of our family belongings, including our companies and house, and then investing it all in Bitcoin. This was a shock to many people and still is. It got even stranger when we decided to share our wealth with charities and now live a decentral life solely on cryptocurrency for more than 3 years now." Like, this is dope.
Yeah.
Right? Like just living life, enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
I like how he stressed to his kids that you don't need materialistic things to be happy and have freedom. And he's obviously still has an income, so it's nothing detrimental to his lifestyle if he ever wanted to go back to that. But it's just interesting what he's teaching his kids.
Well, there's some people too that like when they get to a certain level, we don't know obviously how much how much Bitcoin he owns and how much it's appreciated and all this stuff. But there's some people who are always chasing that next thing, right? So you get a certain level of wealth, whether it's $1 million or $100 million, and you just keep stacking, and you're like, hey, look, I want more, I want more, I want more, because they like winning, right? And they like winning to the degree of like, we're gonna keep going, and they can't ever slow down and figure out what they want to do and realize, hey, look, life's short. Let's go have some fun and do all these different things. So I think it's cool that he's using the money as a means to freedom and not necessarily doing extreme lavish, all these crazy things, but more so to spend time with his family, to travel, to do different things, and really enjoying one of his high conviction bets that paid off.
We have a second quote from where he says, quote, "I saw that more people started to buy and talk about Bitcoin, so I understood the monetary revolution was starting. My wife agreed that we were very happy as traveling family, that we needed to teach the kids that they can be happy without all the luxury we had at home. So we decided to sell our house and all of our other belongings to support the revolution and go all in Bitcoin." Now, one of the things that is very important here, that is another takeaway from this, years ago, somebody told me, one of, if not the most important decisions you will ever make in your life is who your partner is, right? The person that you choose to spend your life with ends up having a material, an outsized impact on the things that you do, the financial decisions you make, the jobs and the careers you pursue, the kids, where you live, all these different things, all these components of your life that are important. The person that you end up actually spending your life with has an outsized impact. And so that is one of the most important decisions. So when you see here, he says, my wife agreed that we were very happy as traveling family, and that we needed to teach the kids that they can be happy without all the luxury we had at home. There appears to at least be a alignment of ethos and an alignment in the way that they wanted to raise their kids. And so when you're able to do that, that leads to usually not only a happier life, but also one that empowers both people in a marriage to be much more prosperous. And so I think the takeaway here, yes, sure, they went and they did all this Bitcoin stuff. It's amazing, cool. Everyone likes to write about it. But more importantly is this way of living life and really enjoying it and teaching your kids something seems to be not the norm, but I actually think that guy understands more about life and kind of business and finance and investing than most people do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like the saying is common that like most people just believe they want to be happy and be free and not be tied to certain things or locations or jobs and all this kind of stuff. But I think when it comes down to it, you don't really decide or figure that out until these people have money, right? And if you give someone this kind of amount of money, usually, typically they'll go and they'll spend it on luxury goods. They'll go do certain things. They'll always chase more. So I think it's cool to see someone who's actually living that ethos out of like, hey, look, I just want freedom. I want the flexibility to do whatever I want. I'm optimizing for fun and happiness with my family, and they're living it out now. So I think it's cool that he's literally living that every single day, and it's not something that everyone would do when they're provided that kind of level of wealth.
John, what do you think about this? Would you do this?
What would you do if you had like,
if I was his kid and he came to me one day and said all our money is decentralized and we're gonna start moving around?
No. If you were him, if you sold 3 companies, you had enough money to do this, would you do this?
Yeah, I mean, look, I want to stress he still has an income, right? And some of that income actually probably comes from doing this, right? The ability to do, if he's a keynote speaker somewhere, he travels there and he talks about Bitcoin and all that. One thing I want to talk about is how he stores his Bitcoin.
All right, what does he do?
I love how you always stress and don't store it all in one place. He has 74% of it in cold storage and 26% of it in hot wallets. So another long-term holder. Off chain.
Well, he's spending it too, right? Is that he says he's all in on Bitcoin? Does that mean that he's using it for every transaction too? Like what?
I don't know the exact details of it. We outsourced the research of this to CNBC, and they
take your problems up with them.
Yeah. So if you got problems about the reporting, CNBC was outsourced for our research team. But I believe that he spends some of it, but majority of it is just held in cold storage, like 78%.
Yeah, well, my point was that he's got to hold some of it, right? If he's going to be spending it all.
He said he's got 2 spots in Europe, 2 in Asia, 1 in South America, and 6 in Australia where he keeps it.
Do you think he put it places where people know? Like, did he go to his boy and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Don't touch it."
Hiding spots? He didn't go to his boy.
Hold on. Hiding spots include rental apartments, friends' homes, and self-storage sites. So basically, his whole idea was he didn't want to give it to banks or anything like that. Something that is centralized, could be shut down.
I'm not leaving my wallet with no friends, nobody, no rental apartment.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that clip of The Best Business Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when we go live every weekday, and then head to SoFi.com/pomp so that you can get an account and we can get after it.